Welcome back to the channel. Today we have our second tournament of the season with the Westside Bass League. We are at Rocky Fork. Bit of a struggle today, definitely a struggle. So let's see how we did.
Everybody, we got to idle until 7. So when he gets here, we'll take off right away. So, but you got to stay idle until 7.
We got a score tracker update, please. Are we already behind? I wonder if they're. So this bank line, it's literally this drop, is literally the length of this all the way up to that point. Parking thing, I wonder if they're just not along this point because of the current. It was flowing like this last week, it was pushing in.
Well, you're on the other side of it.
That's what I'm kind of wondering. We can float down this bank line. Got one. Big. Another big one did. Oh God. It slides out. You can slide that out. The net. Push the button in. Smack. Up. Yes!
Probably 3. It's a good 3.
Get the live well going?
Yeah.
See what it comes off. Might depend on it. Got one. No. Please be 12. Please be 12.
Ah, yeah.
Please be 12. Thought he was bigger at first.
Check out her real quick.
No. Is it behind? Jeez. Will you control that fish, please? 12?
Nah, I ain't gonna cut it.
You're already back? Trying to tell you, it was a bit of a struggle today. Caught the one when I first we got there. We got to the first spot. I'm going to show a clip now of my new personal best that I caught a week prior, pre-fishing for this tournament. Crash too. She long. Yeah, 5 pounds, 6 ounces, new PB. Been trying to catch a 5-pounder since I caught my original PB, which was 4.5 pounds, like over 4 years ago. Finally broke it. I wish it was a week later, but That fish, because I caught it there, made us go back to that spot initially when we started the tournament. We caught that 4-pounder, and then it was really nothing else. I think I got 2 bites all day. I caught 2 on a jig with that new Dobyns Extreme 745. That's why you guys spend the money on those rods, is to catch the dinky dinks. But the combo, like always, for that lipless from last week and this week is that same Dobyns Champion 765. It's not labeled as a lipless rod. And I think Dobyns needs to change that, because this rod is phenomenal for liplesses. That's 7'6". You have the extra tip to really launch it. It launches. Also, a great pairing to that rod, or any crankbait rods you guys have, is that new Shimano Corrado 200M. They came out last year in iCast. I got one again this spring. I've loved this thing so much. Honestly, gonna get more. I really, really dig this reel. Once again, upgrade the bearings to high-speed spool bearings, XCR bearings. It's like a $30, $35 bearing kit. One goes in here, one goes in there. You're probably thinking, well, that's $235 for a reel technically with the bearing upgrades. If you do that, you don't have to get back to Corrados. You can just have a lineup of Corrados and they'll outperform a Bantam any day of the week, and the Bantams are mid-300s. The Corrados are fantastic. With the bearing upgrade, that makes me be able to cast better. You saw, well, I guess you really didn't see because I caught one during the morning. It was windy. I was still able to take a lipless and bomb in a country mile, or my chatterbaits bomb a country mile into the wind, like you guys saw in the first tournament video of the year, because of those bearing upgrades. But of course, lost the lipless, was fan casting a point, really slowing down, trying to get him to bite, and found a tree pile, so that was cool. Bye-bye lipless. No big deal. I don't know what place we finished. I think there was like 12 boats. I think 1 or 2 people caught like 6-7 pounds. I think the winning bag was like 10 pounds. We talked to them. They were just milking, just soaking their jigs in wood, soaking a Ned rig. And I suck at soaking a bait. I'm young, so I always want to move stuff around. So just couldn't find them. Stressful day. No big deal. It was always fun. But to kind of try and make this video not 5 seconds long, I did pick up some new stuff. So let's look at it now. So a quick shout out to Cousins Fishing, because he makes fun of me all the time now, because we got 2 more Shimano reels. We got the Stradic, last year's gen, and the new SLX 70 MGLA. The reason I make fun of it, because last year I literally had like 1 Shimano reel, and now my entire lineup is Shimano. That MGL spools are just out of this world. But this is a new A. If you haven't seen yet, the big difference between the A and the old gen is MGL3 and Silent Tune. If you don't know what Silent Tune is, if you pull your spool off on the spool shaft, you'll see 2 little O-rings. It's pretty much supposed to help keep your spool from moving. It's supposed to improve casting distance. I think the reel just feels smoother. I don't see a big casting difference. Difference. Good job, Logan. But that MGL3 is a big upgrade compared to the old gen, which I do have. And I have an old Corrado 70, which is MGL2, I think. It might be 1, but I think it's 2. That one is so easy to cast. And I was throwing chatterbaits on the Corrado 70 and the Corrado A. SLX 70A. American Legacy, where I got it from, didn't have the 6 speeds yet, so I picked up a 7.5, which is gonna be really universal. This went on that Dobyns Kaden 743. The 3 power in the casting line is probably one of my most, I would say, to get into Dobyns, is just grab a 3 power, because they're really, really good. Unless you say you wanna flip a jig or something, then I'm gonna tell you to go to a 5 power. A lot of people like 4 powers. I think the 3 powers are very underrated through the Dobyns line. So really excited for that. I went ahead and just put 16. The old reel, which is a tournament lose, has 12. I'm gonna keep it in the boat with me. So if I wanna go down to 12 pound, I'm not unspooling this. I just swap reels and move on with my day. So super excited. I threw it a lot yesterday and it did great. Now, the Stradic. Tackle Warehouse was doing this I thought it was an April Fool's joke, actually. They had the old gen Stradics. They were trying to get rid of their stock. So they marked them down to pretty cheap. I mean, for a Stradic, it's stupid cheap. So I thought it was a joke. So I was like, oh, I'll place an order and I'll probably get a funny haha. No, seriously, they ran these seals. I think it was down like 120 or 130 for a Stradic, which is ridiculous. I know it's last gen, but... So we got a Stradic. I bought a 3000, but Logan, what rod are you gonna put it on? You don't even have any extra spinning rods. Well, went to American Legacy and got another spinning rod. So we got the Stradic 3000 paired up on another Dobyns Kaden. This is the 713, 7'1" medium power spinning rod. And so far, you see no spool up, so just in hand, it feels really good. Pretty balanced where you want it to be. Don't have the wrapping off the cork yet. Definitely U40 it. I always U40 my cork as a preference thing, but I always prefer to just U40 it. But so far, it feels just good in hand. It does feel like a little bit faster in the tip compared to the Sierra 703. So I'm hoping this is going to be like my tube rod. Mainly, hopefully, shaky heads. We're going to get out soon once the shaky head bite starts off and throw a lot of shakies on it. But so far, super nice, super happy with it. The Stradic does feel like a Marivelle. Just, it feels more rigid. Like, it's really hard to kind of explain it without having both reels next to you. But it just feels a lot more sturdy, which would make sense. This is technically part of the power line of Shimano, not the finesse line like the Marivelle is. But if you like the Marivelle and you're like, man, I just want something that's a little more sturdy, but I want that Marivelle feel, the Stradics are a point. I think these are 200 normally, the new model. So I do want to get a new model down the road and compare them to see the big difference. I don't know spec-wise what the difference is between the old Stradics and new Stradics. But for $130, I'll take it. If you do not buy, or you don't know, American Legacy actually does a rewards program. So that SLX, I got that one for free because of my rewards. And then I got a good amount of points for the Kaden line. They have an Elite Series and the Plain Series. Get the Elites if you buy a lot, especially your Dobyns rods. You earn a lot of points real fast through buying Dobyns rods. But super excited for that. I did want to get more of this braid. We were playing it with the Revo SX. So I got more of the Overwatch 16 pound from Sunline. I'm not completely sold on the Overwatch yet. I don't know what it is, but I'm having like, if it goes near cover, it's getting tore up real easy. So I don't know if it's just a bad spot. I got into something. I don't know if maybe one of my guides is a little dirty. This way you always gotta clean your guides once in a while. And I don't think I cleaned that rod last winter. So I gotta figure that out. But I got some more to try out. Also, you haven't seen the video yet, but the Dobyns Colt, I've been throwing it around with that Revo X on it as my entry level combo. It's been doing pretty sweet. That Sunline FC model has been really sweet. But I want to get something for when it gets warmer out and I want to take that fluoro off. So I picked up, because Sunline doesn't make a basic braid, Seaguar does. Seaguar Tac X. It's braid and fluoro. I prefer 30-pound braid to 15-pound leader for my leader to braid for casting, but the 30 comes with 12. So I got 40-pound braid, and it sends you a little 15-pound spool of fluoro. So this is 150 yards. Oh, it's like a camo. Huh. It's like a camo color. Kind of dig it. Green and brown. Kind of dig that. So the goal for this is I'm going to throw some buzz baits on it. Probably throw some top waters because that Colt rod having fiberglass a little bit softer. Maybe my super small frogs I have. I do have some smaller frogs. But what I'm hoping the goal is go out in the spring morning, catch top water fish with straight braid, then tie on the 15-pound fluoro leader on, tie a small jig, and go catch some fish on a jig to kind of show you guys you can take one combo, put some braid, go out in the morning, throw some top water, and then once the top water bites, tie on a leader, and then go catch a fish with a jig or a shaky head or something to build confidence in you guys. So I do want to at least show that off, so that I got that for that Colt rod. But except that, man, it was kind of rough. We were really expecting a lot better. The water was super muddy. I'm not gonna make all the excuses in the world, but just catching that 4-pounder when you first start, you're like, here we go, we're gonna have a day, and then nothing the rest of the day. But this week we got Brookville Lake with the Cincinnati Bass League. Super excited. Haven't been to Brookville all since February, early March, when I stuck at Brookville. So I'm super excited for Brookville next week. And then the following week we got back to go to Cowan Lake with the West Side tournament. After that, I'm going to tournaments for a couple weeks, so hopefully I can get back to Brookville, get some Brookville content rolling through. But yeah, stay tuned. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.